and we're talking about water, and we're excited about it. There you go, my brother. Let me get you on here. All right, brother Ashe, brother Lee with Ashe Water. What's going on? Oh, I'm fabulous, man. Fantastic, fantastic. Just excited to be alive and well with a mind to go on. You know what I mean? This can be a very discouraging time, or it can be a very exciting time. It just depends on what you're looking at, right? And your perspective on what you're looking at. And so I just choose to believe that this is an exciting time. It's a time to make some major moves. And because of what's going on in the world, it has ushered us into this next phase. And I appreciate you joining us for blockchain everything. And I know you specialize in water. And one of the things that I wanted to bring you on for is to talk about this water, and so that we can really educate people on what is really happening with our water and how it's affecting us and what we can do to change it. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, brother Lee, and what you got going on, man. And we appreciate the ones that's joined us. Go ahead and share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for letting me come on live with you. I appreciate it. It's an honor. We are both passionate about the water, the proper hydration into our community. Like we were saying earlier, water could be and is a silent killer in many ways, or it could be the best thing we ever consume based on the ingredients.
Yes, yes.
So absolutely. So I think a lot of people take it for granted that water, as long as it's wet, is good for you. So that's not the case, and I learned that firsthand, like most other people, through the Flint, Michigan tragedy. Because when I started to investigate Flint, Michigan, I found out that it was the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Yeah. So in most of our communities, especially the black communities, the infrastructure is old. You know, the pipes that the water runs through is old, and one of the reasons why it's so old is because we're not part of the big voting block. That's the I guess the narrative is that the politicians don't see a reason to come in and change things in your communities because they're not getting anything out of it. Okay, so we tend to suffer. So what happens is the old pipes, the lead pipes especially, and all the chemicals that they're putting in our water, we lack the ability to filtrate it out or to change the infrastructure. So we're getting high doses of lead, and the lead, as you know, in the water causes lowering of the IQ, and it's irreversible. Once you get the lead inside your body, it's almost impossible to get it out. So what we did at Ashe Water is we said we're going to actually do something about it instead of just talking about it. So we found the best water source that we could find, which is pure water, spring water, as Dr. Sabi talks about, and Dr. Dick, I say Dr. Dick Gregory, but Dick Gregory, Baba Dick Gregory is what we call him. You want natural alkaline spring water, water that is actually alive, that has natural minerals in it, no additive chemicals in it, no fluorine, no fluoride, or whatever they put in the water to try to kill the bacteria. It actually affects us a lot. So that's what we did. We found some natural thermal spring water that comes out of the ground hot because it comes from so deep into the pockets in the ground that when it comes up out of the ground, it comes out of the ground hot,
All right.
about 70 to 80 degrees, and it carries a lot of the natural minerals with it that
Hmm.
the body can actually use. So that's pretty much the story of how Ashe water got started. And just to reiterate on the name, the reason why we picked the brand Ashe is an African word, it's a Yoruba word, and the meaning of the word is to make it happen, or speak it into existence, or amen. So when someone is saying something that you wholeheartedly agree with, and you feel that in your spirit, then you follow that up with Ashe.
Ashe.
No different than amen. Yes, sir.
All right, all right. And so you're on a mission to educate people about water, right? And
Absolutely.
because it's, what I say is hard water is killing us softly, right? That water, we don't even realize what it's doing to our body. And I've learned, we've only known each other for a short period of time, but our spirits really connected. And I learned that, what we put in our bodies, and we release it back into the system as waste, and then they filter that same water and try to give it back to us, but keep those same chemicals within there. And we are putting stuff in our bodies, and we wonder why we are feeling so off. Things ain't just right with us because of what we're consuming. And it's sometimes we think that we're doing good by doing bottled water and stuff like that, which it helps if the bottled water is good. But then there's some bottled water that's not good.
No, sir. Most bottled water is simply tap water. So they're basically just going to a fire hydrant, opening it up, filling the tanks up, and then bottling the water. And it's no different than you going to your tap and drinking the water. So you're absolutely right. All the medications that we take from the pharmaceutical industry, once you consume that medication, when it goes out of your body through your urine, that same water in a lot of the municipalities is filtered back into tap water, which a lot of people don't realize. And they do not possess the filtration system to take very, very, very small, minute chemicals out of the water. So when they're testing the water now, they're finding all kind of pharmaceuticals in the tap water.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And so if you have some allergic reactions, to a certain, like penicillin, if you're allergic to penicillin, you may consume some of it just by taking a shower.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that we're sharing right here now can be researched. I urge people to not believe nothing I say and research it, because that's what happened with me. I was so surprised when I started to really study water and research water, and it's a whole lot to it other than just water. And on top of the fact that water holds memory, so if our bodies are made up of 70% water or whatever, then if it has memory, which they have proven it does, and the way they did it is they took let's say 2 bottles of water. One water you speak positive energy to, positive confirmations to, words, love, especially Ashe, all positive. And then they took that water, froze it, spliced it, put it under a microscope to see the beautiful crystals. The other water, they did the negative words, the I hate you, you're ugly, nigger, whatever you want to say negative to that water, froze it, spliced it, put it under a microscope, and the crystals that formed were not good. They were, look like amoebas or something like that. So it shows you that the water is actually absorbing what we are speaking.
Wow.
So that's why, the word Ashe embodies exactly what we're trying to get across, that, all these positive vibrations and frequencies really affect us because we're made of water. Our cellular body is all water pretty much. So they're still researching this as we speak, and you can research what I'm saying to you, and it's the most amazing thing you ever want to see.
That is amazing.
And this is truly amazing because that's why words have such a big effect on your spirit. So
yes.
When someone's talking negatively to you, you feel it all over your body because you're made of water for the most part.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful about what you speak because you do speak things into existence. And that's the meaning of Ashe. And that's two things that we want to really give knowledge about. One is the clean, pure water and the effect that it has on your body. And,
oh, man.
This is, my wife just passed me the article on that. I don't know if you can see that. The crystals.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the crystals. That's the beautiful crystals that the water forms when they have positive words spoken to it. I mean, that's, if you really think about it, that's one of the most amazing things because you don't think of water that way. As
right.
Something that actually holds memory. One of the things that I do with my water to encase the water, like before I drink it, my own personal water before I drink it, I put it into what's called a vortex. It's a spinning glass. It's got like a magnet on the bottom of it. You fill it up with water.
Okay.
See the magnet on the bottom?
Yes.
So it spins the water. So when the water is spinning, it creates like a vortex, like a hurricane, like a tornado. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it gets rid of it. It gets rid of all the memory in the water. So while my water is spinning in that glass, I play positive music.
Yes.
Frequency. You know what I mean? Like the frequency 528, something like that. And it's got all beautiful frequency in that water. So when I consume that water, that's what I'm filled with. I do that all the time.
Awesome.
And that's something that's pretty amazing.
That is amazing, brother, because I mentioned, man, that's okay. Yes. That's amazing. I see it. And so you spin it around and you take out all the negative memory and then replace it with positive memory.
Right, because I don't know who's been talking around this water.
I got you.
I'm not saying it has negative energy in it, but I'm going to make sure it don't have none, and then bring in some like beautiful music, like orchestra music.
Yes.
That hits my upper chakra instead of my lower chakra.
Okay.
So because a lot of the rap music, a lot of the music that the young people listen to today, it's been infused with lower chakra frequency. Okay, and that causes anger. Okay, and that's why when you see on the news somebody stepped on somebody's tennis shoe or somebody bumped into somebody and they killed them. Because the music that they listen to is in their lower chakra, and their lower chakra is everything below your belt. So just think about what I'm saying to you, and that's where all their energy is going. So you have to, neutralize that, and at every instance, and music is a big part because music is a frequency, and the frequency is affecting the water in ourselves.
Bro, you're talking heavy, and this is some good stuff. And so one thing that I know is that if there's a principle that's working in the world, it's found in the Bible, right? And all we have to do, we have to dig for it. We got to work. He says work. He says a workman that need not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the word of truth. And we haven't really put in the work in what the word does. And what he's doing now is giving us other ways to learn what he's saying in his word, right? And so what you're talking, he says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So that frequency that you speak out, he spoke the worlds into existence. And I don't want to preach or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you know, these are principles, and principles work whether you saved or unsaved, or you know, it just works. It's just how the world works. And the more that we learn about that and then teach others to get into that ashe, when they get into that knowing about frequencies of music and what to listen to, what to go to sleep with, and how your body really works, right? How your subconscious, we're reading how your subconscious works. You can control your environment. We are creative beings, but we have been bamboozled to not know what we possess.
Absolutely. We have been programmed unknowingly in a negative way. Okay, so one of the things about frequency and thought process, like the book Think and Grow Rich, the reason why that book is so powerful is because it's not so much about, you know, the rich part of it. It's more so about the thought process and how you think and what you think.
Yes.
So you are, if you ever want to see who somebody is, just look at them, because they are the sum of their thoughts. You see, whatever it is they're thinking about, that's what you see.
Yes.
And all you got to do, I know it sounds simple, it's change the way you're thinking. So the way you change the way you're thinking is you have to change your frequency and what you consuming, especially in every way, through your ears, through your eyes, through the people that you're around. Everything has a frequency. It's all about frequency. So
wow.
raise your frequency.
Yes. The high praise. So brother, you're talking some good talk here, and I'm loving it, because this is what we need. This is what I need, right? And I'm being bombarded with information that's telling me that, you know, I can control my atmosphere, and I am in control of my atmosphere, and I can let in or dismiss what I don't want, right? And so, but it's not just good for us to know. We got to train our kids and train our young adults to know this information, and our older adults, if they're willing to open up their minds to accept it. And so this is where we are going. And now we can, with this blockchain technology, we can really put this stuff into use, where we can create atmospheres where people can go into a place virtually, you know, just with a headset. Where I think I took my headset in another room, but go into the metaverse and get the sounds and the frequencies, and get things said to them, and see things that will affirm who they are, right? And what they want, and how they should think. And you see what I'm saying, bro? That is powerful.
Very, very powerful, because a lot of your manifestation comes through your visualization. So if I can see it, I can do it. I can achieve it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's very powerful, because that's why they bombard us with negativity on the TV. That's why they have the news always talking about who got killed, this, that, because that's what they want you to put in your image. Your image is constant negativity. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to turn that off. And that's why the Cal Live Vision is what it is.
Yes.
It's telling you about. You know,
Yes.
half the stuff is not true, but they're programming your children, because a lot of people raise their children or get a babysitter called a television.
Yes.
They just sit in front of the TV and go do what they got to do. That's the worst thing you want to do.
Yes.
Control what your children consume in their thought process.
I met this young brother, and he's educator, and he's wrote some books, and I lost his information. Let me say this: I misplaced his information, and I'm gonna believe that God is going to bring him back to me. but he wrote some books. And when he was telling me about it, I envisioned, kids going into this space where they're getting these positive affirmations, and they're hearing good things about themselves, and now getting pumped up and realize that they can do whatever they want to do, whatever they put their mind to. They are geniuses. They are heirs and joint heirs with Christ. We can put that in them in a fashion where they will love it and embrace it, right? And we can do it in the physical, and we can also do it in the metaverse, and be as effective, because we can't reach everybody, right? But with this technology, we can. With this technology, it's changing the game.
You're right on point with that. That's the future. That's actually the future, because everything is going inside. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you can control your environment, like you're talking about with the metaverse, then you can place in there anything you want. You can place in there, and that replaces those negative thought process in your mind that you've been dealing with for a long time. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are suicidal, and it's because of the frequency that they are allowing into their thought process. So yeah, you absolutely right on point with that. As far as if you can pump positivity 24/7, it's not enough.
Man, and we could change, because mental health is it's a real issue in our community. It's a real issue in our world, and now we're being equipped with the tools to change that. And the information that you're giving us about water, and we know that we're 70 to 80% water, and how it holds memory. We have to be very cautious about what we allow in. I look at television sometimes, like you say, television, and I see that they're promoting this agenda, right? And several agendas that they're promoting, and if we don't do what they say, they'll take us down. They won't give us the millions of dollars that they'll give us, because they know that we, people like me and people like you that look like us, will consume it and not question it, because that's what they're giving, right? They're showing this high life and this, that, and the other, balling and things of that nature, but it's really damaging. It's really damaging. And so I want to change that narrative, and we can change the narrative. And when we think that we can't, guess what? We can't. But when we think that we can, and we know that we can, and we start walking towards it, which what we're doing, and that's why I'm very passionate about it, because I have a 5-year-old son, and I don't want him watching that television. And you got a boy that has hair down to his past his buttocks, that's blonde, and got a beard, and how I supposed to answer that? What I supposed to say about, what I'm saying? So
by the time you have to answer that, it's probably too late. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already in the subconscious mind. And see, that's what they're attacking. They're attacking the subconscious mind, and then once it gets into the subconscious mind, it takes over. Because our conscious minds feed off of our subconscious mind. That's where we get our habits from, and our thought process from. So you're absolutely right. You have to know that you have to attack this at an early age, and if you can save people at an older age, then that's what we're trying to do. So if, like you said, you can't reach everybody, because some people are very set in their ways from old habits. But
yes,
if all you have to do is have the desire to change, and that's the start of the process right there. It's not easy, but anything good is not easy.
right. It's a work, man. And so what we're doing, I have a corporation that's called H2O Blockchain, and our mission is to bring clean water and resources to the underprivileged and underserved through the blockchain technology. And so what we want to do is bring them clean water and tell them information and share information like you were sharing with us today, and tell them how important it is to have clean water. Let them brush their teeth with it. Let them drink it. Let them bathe in it and feel the refreshing that they can get from that water, right? That's being that. Put the right atmosphere. Hey, play this music when you go to sleep, sleep better and things of that nature. And so we do that. And then once we can build a trust there, a relationship there, right? If we can do it at a nominal cost and put those filter situations, that's what we want to do. But whatever that is, we're going to say, okay, so what's going on in your household? Who's gaming in your household? Who works, and find out who has their own business. Those that are in your household or those that are close associates with you. And we're going to show them how that if they can put their money to better use in the blockchain, or how they can purchase from somebody that's in our network, in our community, how that it can bring our whole community up together. And so start sharing those things. But we're programmed and we're conditioned not to trust each other. And we're programmed and conditioned to compete against each other. But we have to erase that. We have to erase that.
Absolutely, that's what you're doing, and I'm proud of what you're doing. Just keep doing it. I'm right there with you. Anything I can do to assist, because that's what we have to do. Instead of just talking about it or saying when is somebody going to do something about it. I mean, we got to get up. Everybody got to get up, stand up, and do whatever we can do as a community. So that's what it's going to take. And hopefully more and more people, the conscious level is waking up to realize that the only people are really going to care about is the people that's in your community. So,
yes.
yeah.
We can't look for nobody else to do it. We just can't. They don't have no desire to do it, because we're making them rich. What was that? There was a lady on our call this morning that said that the
liabilities are their assets.
Yes, the poor liabilities is the rich assets. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And so we have to realize that they don't want to help us. They may talk like they do. They may, and I say they because you don't know who those people are, right, necessarily, but those that are in control of the media, of the propaganda, of the wealth, those people, those are the they. and they don't care. They want to make sure that their generations are taken care of. And so we have to stand up and make sure that our generations are taken care of. Because if I live a great life and I leave my son here, and what about his kids and his kids? And I want them to know, hey, my great grandfather, Just Antoine, he made this possible. This is why we are living here. This is why we're living in this community. This is why we have this water to drink. This is why we can do this, that, and the other, right? Because of his efforts. And we all can say that. We can all be a part of that. And matter of fact, we have an NFT project where we're putting personalities behind our Black Panthers. Okay, so we have Black Panthers and we put in personalities. So one may be Brother Lee, you may be one of the personalities behind the NFT. And so when they purchase the NFT, they can see your history or some of the things, your contributions to our people, right? And that can be in their wallet, and that can be something that's they can be proud of and say, hey, I got this NFT that represents Brother Lee, right? And with Shea Water. And so those type of things we want to promote, because nobody gonna promote us but us.
Yeah, that's very, very powerful. Very powerful. That's something that, like you said, generations can be proud of, because this is the ground floor on a lot of the new technology that you're speaking of. and a lot of us in the community don't know about it, and it's just going to pass us by, and it's making people wealthy as we speak.
It is. It is. It is. And I want us to get involved. I really do. And so that's why I'm going live all the time. And I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. I've been called to do this, right? And I have a clarion call, and I know my voice is breaking through, brother Lee, and I appreciate you, man. You're such an encouragement and a breath of fresh air, because God knows what you need when you need it, right? And He'll send the right people in your path to say, "Hey, here's somebody that can help you and give you some information that you don't have, and help push this thing forward." Because I realize I can't do it on my own. It's going to take a lot of us to really put this thing forth, and when we can let down our guards and say, you know what, I'm for the people, because we know we've been hurt so many times, and people ain't gonna trust us that look like us. They're gonna be the last. We have to be 100%. We got to come correct. Everybody else can make mistakes and still get pardoned, but from us and our people, we have to be 100, right? Otherwise, they ain't gonna trust us. So we make one mistake, they cutting us off. I did that to one business owner, and I said, I'm not eating here no more. And the Lord convicted me. He said, but you went back to Denny's after they had historically, showed that they asked for forgiveness for the way they've been treating us. But you'll go back to them, but you won't go back to your black owned business because they did something wrong. And so part of our mission is to have a university where we're training from our kids to our young adults, to our adults, to our business owners, and we're training them how to do business, how to run a successful business. Because a lot of us don't know about customer service, and it's sad, you know. And so, but we have to know what we do with our money when we get it, and stop, patronizing people that have said that I don't like you, I just want your money. Is that what Tommy Hilfiger said? He said, I just.
That's one of the things I always question about the civil rights era. As much as they did for us, I always question, why were we marching to make someone take our money? Really think about that. We were marching because they wouldn't let us sit at the counter to eat with them. Fine. You know what I'm saying? Why would you have to make somebody take your money? If someone tell you they don't want you in their establishment because of the color of your skin, why would you fight that? And that was just a bit of ignorance on our part, even though the civil rights era, had a lot of breakthroughs.
Yes.
That's the one that I'm talking about now is the breakthrough that we have it now. And even, all the communities that they destroyed, like, what was it, Tulsa,
So Oklahoma, yeah. Black Wall Street.
All over.
Yes.
So we were thriving at one point, and then we, I guess, got away from it. So what exactly what you're talking about is what's needed to bring it back to our consciousness about, economics. Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, he said that in the last 100 years that none of our movements have moved the needle of how many of us are in poverty. And so that's my personal effort, right, is to move that needle. I got to move the needle. And so I have to educate. I have to stay educating myself, right? I got to, and that's one of the biggest challenges, brother, is for us to look at ourselves and evaluate why we do what we do. Why you feeling that way? Because I realize that my thoughts cause feelings. My feelings gets me to act a certain way, right? And then my actions bring about results. And so if I want different results, I got to start looking and analyzing all of my actions, all of my feelings, and all of my thoughts. And if I can really tame and make sure that I got the right thoughts coming in, I can change my trajectory of life, and I'll get the results that I want. And so that's what I'm learning right now, and I'm in the process of implementing. And brothers like you come in and rock my world and say, hey, you know what you're learning is true, but here's another factor, right? Your body is 70 or 80% water, and it holds memory. And so if you need some cleansing, and they got like beads that have magnets in it and stuff like that. And so some of those things, I we we have in our group, we have people that are herbalists. We have people that know about the medical history and medicine and stuff like that. We want to put all that in our community. We don't know it all. I don't know it all, but all of us together in our own geniuses and our own I say effectiveness, where we've been taught and trained in. If we bring it all together, we all can grow and eat the same. We have our own cryptocurrency. We haven't put it out on the market yet, but because we're trying to figure out which blockchain we're going to use to be our pilot one, right? Because we're going to create our own blockchain, and nobody's going to tell us what we can do and what we can't do, right? And so we're going to have NFTs. We're going to have gaming. We're going to have a metaverse. We're going to be a part of all that. We're going to have our own finance, decentralized finance. We're going to put all that in play. And so I'm like, hey, y'all, come on. And the water project, everything is watermarked, that we call it. Everything is watermarked. Everything is going to be based, giving to making sure that people have clean water and resources to continue to build on our community, to move the needle of those that are in poverty.
Yeah, that's strong, man. I tried to do something like that similar. Probably about 6 months to a year ago, we formed a group called Musa Money, and it was based off of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was actually the richest man in history, a black man from Mali in Africa.
Okay.
He was collected gold, so he gave it one year. He gave away so much gold, it caused the gold value to drop. That's how much gold he gave away. So yeah, I'm totally with you on this. That's amazing, actually, to meet somebody like yourself who knows all this, because I need education on it, because I'm not as familiar, nowhere near as familiar with it as you are, and I've always wanted to learn it. So I'm all ears, man.
Oh man, let's go, man. We got a work to do, and I need your expertise. I need your energy. We need it. We need it. And one of the things I say is, how many people are hurting because you have not deployed your gifts and your talents. People are sitting with closed mouths, and they are gifted, and they have some information that can change the world, but they don't say anything, and they're scared for some reason. But we're saying, no, you need to come out of the closet. You need to come out, speak out. If singing is your gift, you need to sing. I told the lady on the meeting this morning, then I said, sing. If that's it, you sing and then if you have something to say after your songs, you go ahead and say that. But you don't stop, because there's people hurting because we won't do what we said that we need to do and that we're called to do. We don't say it. We like, what if they don't accept me? That's the same thing Moses said. He said, just tell them I am sent you, right? And so we got to just go and believe that the doors will open as we walk through them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I appreciate you having me on, because I'm one of the people you talking about who never go live or anything like that. I'm so busy working and doing this and doing that. But you're right, we have to educate each other, and we have to reach out to each other. And a lot of people who have the gift of knowledge, correct knowledge, We need to hear. We need to hear. Each one needs each one.
Yes.
That's how it is. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Well, we definitely have to do it again, brother. I look forward to us partnering and however that looks, and really making this movement happen, man. It's a movement. It's a revolution, brother. And so we are looking to do something exponentially, because we can't wait. This is, it's time out for waiting. It's time to deploy. And even if it's little things, right? Little things. If we go into the school and teach them about water and things of that nature, and start giving them that information. And so let's just do it. I'm just Antoine with Blockchain Everything. My brother Lee with Shea Water, man. We want to get that water out, man, and whatever we can do to help get that out and push it out, because just how you talk about it, I know I need that refreshing. I need that refreshing, and I need to put that refreshing in a lot of people's hands, brother. And so I love what you're doing. Kudos to you, man. Hats off to you. Let's link up arms, and let's go to do this revolution together.
Yeah, I appreciate you as well, man. Big blessing, and pleasure meeting you, pleasure linking up with you, and I can see big things coming out of this. My imagination is extremely vivid, and to do all that, I say Ashe.
Ashe, brother. God bless you.